Hello students, today again we'll practice on chapter integers. So I have come up with three questions. So let's begin with the question number one. Now one is compute. That is you have to solve. Now what is the sum? 30 plus minus 25 plus minus 10. Okay, the first thing that you have to do with this type of sum is to open the bracket, as because you see the two signs are facing each other, so you have to bring it to a singular sign. How to do that? Plus minus is minus, exactly, plus minus is minus. Okay, now the second step, you can go consecutive way also. Okay, so 30 minus 25 is 5. 30 is big, it is carrying plus sign, so there is a plus sign. Minus 10. Plus minus is what? Minus. 10 minus 5 is 5. Which number is greater? 10. So 10 is carrying what sign? Minus. So we will put minus. As easy as this. Now what is number B? What is number B? 12 minus minus 6 minus minus 3. Yes, the first thing we will do is to open the bracket. Minus minus plus 6 minus minus plus 3. Now I hope this becomes very easy. 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. So this is how the solution of question number 1. Let's move on to sum number 2. Additive inverse. Now what is additive inverse? Now if I ask what is the additive inverse of 2, okay, so most simplest thing that you have to understand, that what is the number that you have to add with this, okay, so that your answer should come 0. Okay, what is the number that you supposed to add with this? Okay, it is what is the number that you are supposed to add so that your answer should come 0? This is called additive inverse. So the simplest way, the simple way is that if you see 2 is there, then the number would be minus 2. Okay, so why minus 2? See, if you open the bracket, plus minus is what? Minus 2 minus 2 will bring in what? 0. So the additive inverse of 2, that is, what is the additive inverse of 2 is minus 2. That is, if you add minus 2 with 2, then you will get 0. Okay, so any number which is in the plus form, its additive inverse will be always in the negative form. And if any number is already in the negative form, then its additive inverse will be in the positive form. Okay, so that the result should always come 0. So how to write it down? So write additive inverse. You have to write it down, students, like this. So of 2 is minus 2. Like this you have to give your answer. Similarly, this is number 1. Similarly, if I ask what is the additive inverse of minus 5, see, it is given minus 5. So which number you are supposed to add so that I will get 0? So I said what? If any number is in the negative form, its additive inverse will be the positive form. Now if I just put 5, and if you solve it, minus 5 plus 5, minus plus is what? Minus 5 minus 5 is 0. See, 0 is coming. So any number which is already in the minus form, its additive inverse will be always in the positive form. And if any number is in the positive form, its additive inverse will be always in the negative form. Okay, and your objective is to see that this answer should come 0 if you add these two numbers. Okay, so how to write? Therefore, additive inverse of minus 5 is 5. This is how exactly you will give your answer. Now let's move on to sum number 3. Sum number 3. Sum number 3 is we have to write down the pair of integers whose sum is, yes, just decide like this. Sum is minus 7. Understood? So we have to decide two numbers, two integers. When you add those two numbers, your answer should come minus 7. Okay, so when you see that you have to add two numbers and you have to give your answer in the minus form, obviously the first number you have to take it, just select one of the big number, okay, not that big, in big number, that is, let it be in 2-digit number. It would be easier actually, so that the difference could be not 1 2 3, because the difference should be in the answer should be in minus form. Okay, so let's begin with 10. Okay, and so whatever the big number you're taking, we just take it in the minus form. Now, what is the difference? 10 minus what number you have to subtract from 10 so that you will get 7? It is 3, isn't it? So when your answer, because you have to consider it on the sum, answer should be in minus form. Okay, so minus 10, the number which you are taking, the big larger number, that has to be in the minus form. And you have to, at the same time, you have to see the which is a number that you have to subtract from 10 so that your answer should come in 7. Okay, so if you solve this, see 10 plus 3. Okay, plus minus is what? Minus plus is what? Minus. 10 minus 3 is what? 7. Which number is greater? 10. It is carrying both side minus. Okay, so let's say another example. So again we have to select one big number. You get? Okay, suppose 5 is there, minus 5. Okay, so again you select another big number, suppose 9. Okay, now 9 minus what is 5? First you decide that 9 minus 4 is 5, isn't it? Now I said the big number should be in the minus format. So minus 9 plus 4 will be equals to minus 5. This is how exactly you will do this type of sum. So the first answer is the pair of integers. You will write pair of integers are, there's so many numbers. For me, I have just minus 10 and 3. Okay, this is the first one. Now you have to see the difference. Now the two number, when you're subtracting, your answer should come minus 10. Okay, again the same rule you have to go for it, but this time what you have to do, that the opposite thing, the larger number should be here. This time no, you don't have to go for a minus sign. The larger number should be here, and larger number, the difference should be 10, isn't it? So you should take 20, suppose 20, and you take 10. So 20 minus 10 is what? 10. As because 20, see if I solve this, so this number is carrying plus sign, plus minus is minus. 20 minus 10 is what? 10. But larger number is what? 20. It is carrying what sign? Minus. Okay, so there's another, you can take another example also. Suppose 15. Suppose if I take 15, so what number should be subtracted from 15 so that we get 10? It is 5, isn't it? 15 minus 5 is 10. As because 15 is carrying minus sign, so the answer will come in minus function. Okay, so two pair of integers are 5 and 15. Okay, you can decide your own number, no problem with that. So these are the three sums which you have to do for today's assignment. Okay, thank you and take care.